الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Oh Allah, teach us what benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals, and in good deeds, Ya Rabbal Alameen. So we have النحو الواضح. What page is it? 38?
39.
39, Bismillah. Page 39, exercise 5, right?
Right.
Bismillah. Oh Allah, teach us what to benefit us, increase us in knowledge, in good morals, and in good deeds, Ya Rabbal Alameen. So we talked about mubtada last time, mubtada and khabar and jumla ismiya, right?
Right.
Talking about the mubtada, let's start with this quick benefit or point, inshallah. We said in general, the mubtada should be ma'rifa. Okay, the mubtada should be what? Ma'rifa. Means definite, specific, because you're starting with it. Mashi, you're starting with it, so so you talk about something specific. Okay, you talk about something specific. So mubtada in general should be ma'rifa. What does ma'rifa mean? Definite.
Right.
Right? Specified. So you say, for example, and we said or we learned so far 3 types of ma'rifa or 3 types of mubtada, sorry. A normal ism, we say as-sama'u safiyatun. The sky is clear. Ar-rajulu dhakiyun. Al-mar'atu tawilatun. So we're talking or describing or mentioning something about a specific person or a specific thing. Tamam? When you start with it, it should be specified, it should be definite. But sometimes in Arabic, it is allowed to start with indefinite, but there are conditions for that. Okay, there are conditions. So the general rule that mubtada should be ma'rifa and khabar should be nakira. Nakira means what? Indefinite. That's the general rule, okay? That is the general rule. I'll give you just 2 examples just to give you an idea about mubtada that could be nakira. So they say if the mubtada gives us a benefit, okay, as Imam Ibn Malik says in his Alfiya, he says ولا يجوز الابتداء بنكرة أو ولا يكون الابتداء نكرة ما لم تفد كعند زيد النمرة. He said you cannot start with a nakira and make it a mubtada unless it benefits, it gives a benefit. How? He gave examples and the scholars gave examples. For example, when that nakira is specified a little bit, it's still nakira, but it's specified. For example, we say, for example, رجل علم, or let's say طالب علم, خير, طالب علم خير من طالب مال, for example. The word طالب is a seeker. It means a student, also it means a seeker, okay? So طالب, just any seeker. But when you say طالب علم, a seeker of knowledge, it's still nakira, right? It's still indefinite, طالب علم. a seeker of knowledge. Which seeker of knowledge? It's very general. It's nakira. It's indefinite. Tamam? But when you say talibu ilmin, is it as wide as talibu in general? No, it's more specific, right? So you're talking about particularly seekers of knowledge. You're not talking about seekers of money or seekers of fame or etc. So in that, since we specified it a little bit, or we narrowed that term that we're talking about, it's okay to start with it and make it as a mubtada. So talibu will be mubtada, ilmin will be possessive noun or mudaf ilayh, and khayrun will be the khabar. Tamam, that's an example. Another example, they said when that word is about dua. Dua. For example, salamun. Salamun. Is the word salamun mubtada, or is the word salamun ma'rifa or nakira? Is it specified or not? Is it definite or not?
Nakira.
It's nakira, right? It's indefinite. Salamun, peace. Peace what? Salamun ala Ibrahim. Peace be upon Abraham. So when it is like a dua, it is okay. Like you say waylun also. Waylun means woe or a valley in Jahannam. Lil mutaffifin. Tamam? Waylun lil mutaffifina. So waylun here, since it is like a dua, it is permissible, or it is considered mubtada. Tamam? Because it's like a specific dua to a specific group. So these are just three examples I gave you about the possibility to start with nakira. Okay, so in certain cases we can start with a nakira. Means the mubtada could be a nakira in some cases, like dua, and a specified, or a specified nakira. A nakira that is described or added to يعني مضافة. Okay, so nakira, we call it nakira موصوفة أو مضافة. Okay, nakira موصوفة أو مضافة. For example, we say امرأة مؤمنة, or in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says أمة مؤمنة خير من مشركة. So for example, let's say امرأة مؤمنة. Okay, look at this word امرأة. امرأة is nakira or ma'rifa?
Nakira.
Okay, امرأة مؤمنة, امرأة, a woman. But now when I said a believing woman, is the word a believing woman, this term, is it defined or not defined? Is it definite or indefinite? It's still indefinite. A believing woman. There are so many believing women. Which believing women you're talking about? But is believing woman more specified than a woman? Of course. So for that reason, they said it's okay to start with it. So we say, for example, imra'atun mu'minatun khayrun min mushrikatin. A believing woman is better than a non-believing woman, for example. Tamam? Or a polytheist woman, for example. Tamam? Did you guys get the idea? In that case, imra'atun will be mubtada. Mu'minatun is sifa, is an adjective. Tamam? And khayrun is the khabar. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
Any
With khayrun, with khayrun, when you put, does min always have to follow khayrun? Like better than is khayrun min.
Yeah. So khayrun is the khabar. You're
telling
the believing woman is better than.
So there's no like female form. There's no khayratun.
No,
It's always
خير. No,
khayrun.
no. This is تفضيل. No, we say خير.
Okay.
تمام. بارك الله.
Yeah.
Any question on that? طب يلا بسم الله. So now we can go to the النحو الواضح. So we said page 30, 38 or 39. So the question was what? You have to question page 39, question number 5. Yalla, let's read the question again quickly and start. Yalla. Uncle Manzoor, you like to go first?
Yeah, I can do.
Bismillah. Your video is off, by the way.
Hmm?
Your
My
video is off. You can keep it off if you like, but just to
No,
let you know.
that's what I think I. Okay, I can start it. So now it's on.
Yeah.
Okay,
MashaAllah. Now illuminated, MashaAllah.
right.
Bismillah. Yalla. اجعل. Let's read the
اجعل
question.
كل فاعل في جمل آتية مبتدا وأخبر عنه باسم يؤدي باسم يؤدي معنى الفعل الذي في جملته.
تمام. So we said اجعل, make.
Right.
كل فاعل, make each doer, each فاعل in the following sentences a مبتدا.
Right.
تمام. Make each فاعل in the following sentences a مبتدا. وأخبر عنه, and tell us about it, tell us something about it. Bring خبر about it. باسم, with an ism that fulfill the meaning of the verb in that sentence. So we have a verb, a فعل, and we have a فاعل. Make the فاعل as a مبتدا. How we're going to make the فاعل as a مبتدا? How do we make the فاعل as a مبتدا? Put it in the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
Put it in the beginning. When you put the فاعل, the doer, when you put the doer in the beginning of the sentence, it becomes a مبتدا. It's considered then a subject or non-doer subject, even though it might be a doer. And then from the فعل that's in that sentence, change it and make it into an ism and make it as a khabar or a predicate to that subject. How do you, why do we have to make it an ism? Because the khabar has to be an ism. Tamam? Unless it's a jumla, it's a sentence, then yes, it can be a fa'il. But the general rule, the khabar and the mubtada, both of them are asma. Okay, so we gave the example last time, I think. يفترس النمر. The tiger devours, right?
Right.
So we said النمر مفترس. النمر مفترس. The tiger is devouring. Okay, so it become like خبر. النمر مفترس. Like you say, النمر قوي. The tiger is strong. The tiger is dangerous. The tiger is this. And I think I answered number 5, right?
Yeah.
يشتد الحر. The heat intensifies. We said, you say الحر شديد.
Right.
The heat is intense. Or مشتد. الحر مشتد or شديد. Got it? طب يلا, let's do number 2.
يحضر المسافر.
تمام. What does that mean?
So we make it al-musafiru hadirun.
تمام, exactly. So المسافر, it's the doer, right? It is the doer. We put it in the beginning, it becomes a mubtada. المسافر حاضر is present. المسافر, what about him? Is present. That's mubtada and that's a khabar. المسافر مبتدا, حاضر خبر. Okay, so the musafir is present. يحضر المسافر, the musafir comes or attends. ماشي. Number 3. يلا يا صهيب, number 3.
السمك سابح.
Read for me the sentence first.
Okay, yes, يسبح السمك.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes, that means the
Which
fish
means
is
what?
swimming. The fish is swimming.
The fish is swimming. Okay.
And turns into السمك سابح.
السمك سابح. السمك سابح. تمام.
We can
The
also
fish
say
is
sabahun.
swimming. نعم.
We can also say sabahun.
Do you want to say سباح?
Yeah.
No, sabahun doesn't work. Sabbahun with a shadda, it works, which means they swim a lot. That's fine.
Right. Yeah, swimming.
Okay, number 4.
تنتج الفاكهة.
نضج ينضج. نضج ينضج ينضج. تنضج. I know it's تنضج, but let's check it. Okay, تنضج الفاكهة means what?
So the ripened fruit ripens. So we make
ripen. Tamam.
Right. Make it al-fakihatu nadijatun.
Tamam. Al-fakihatu nadijatun. Tamam.
Right.
How do you translate that?
The fruit is ripe.
Is ripe. You say ripe?
Ripe.
R-I-P-E.
Right.
Yeah.
No D, right?
No.
No, just R-I-P-E.
Yeah.
Tamam. Al-fakihatu nadijatun. The fruit is ripe. Tamam. The fruit is ripe. Tamam. Nadija. So what did they say? They say تنضج. تنضج. نضج فعل. فعل يفعل. نضج ينضج. أيوة.
Yeah, that's what Sakhar said.
Because it's فعل نضج. نضجت. تمام. كلما نضجت جلودهم. In the Quran, كلما نضجت جلودهم. So the فعل is نضج. فعل. What are the possible مضارع for فعل? As we learned before.
يفعل.
Either يفعل or يفعل. يفعل only have 13 verbs. This is not one of them. So it must be then what? يفعل. ينضج. ينضج. So نضج ينضج. And the فاكهة تنضج. So it's a common mistake among us. In our Islam, we say ينضج. تمام? So it's نضج. نضج ينضج. والفاكهة تنضج. تمام؟
نضجا the مصدر.
أيوة. نضج اللحم والعنب والتمر والثمر ينضج. نضجا. إذا أتى. تمام؟ So نضج ينضج نضجا. نضج ينضج. ماشي. Allah. Okay. 5, we're done with it. يلا, number 6 finally.
يندم الكسلان.
يندم الكسلان.
The lazy are
lazy.
The lazy are regretful. The lazy regret. The lazy regret.
Lazy regrets or is regretting. Okay.
And
so how do you make it مبتدأ خبر?
الكسلان نادم.
الكسلان. الكسلان نادم. The lazy regretful. Okay.
Lazy are regretful.
The lazy is. الكسلان is singular. So.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. Like جوعان. Like عطشان.
I thought it was abstract as in like lazy, the lazy people, not.
Yeah. So anyway. that is what? Singular. الكسلان العطشان. Okay. So we're done with that. Now we come to page 41. الجملة الفعلية. الجملة الفعلية means what? الجملة الفعلية means what?
Verbal sentence.
The verbal sentence. From its name, what do you understand?
Has a verb in it. Starts with a verb.
It must have a verb. الجملة الفعلية, it must have a verb. The first rule here, every sentence that starts with a verb is a verbal sentence. Tamam? It has to start with a verb, huh? So every sentence that starts with a verb is a verbal sentence. Not every sentence that has a verb. No. Every sentence that starts with a verb is a verbal sentence. That's number one. It has to start with a verb. So we call it a verbal sentence. And every verb in Arabic is a sentence by itself. كل فعل جملة. Every verb in Arabic is a sentence. ماشي? Is considered a sentence. So when you have a verb, okay, you have to make two types of i'rab for that verb. You make i'rab for that verb as a vocabulary, as a word, and or as a mufrad, and as a jumla, as a sentence. Look at this example, and we mentioned this before. Look at this example. When I say جاء الولد, جاء الولد, what's the i'rab of جاء? Huh? يلا guys, جاء.
The
فعل ماضي, right?
yeah, well, you're asking for the i'rab.
Yeah, جاء is فعل ماضي, right?
Yeah.
الولد.
That's no, that's مبتدا. No, it's not. It's فاعل مرفوع.
فاعل مرفوع. جاء الولد. The boy came. So الولد is the doer. جاء الولد. The boy came. Now, if I want to make الولد, if I put الولد in the beginning, what does it become?
مبتدا.
مبتدا. Now, what about جاء? If I say الولد جاء. Now, this word جاء is an ism or a فعل?
It
is a فعل, right? What's the i'rab of جاء? We say جاء as a word, as a mufrad, as a mufrada, as a vocabulary, as a word. It is what? فعل ماضي. جاء فعل ماضي. It won't change. It's فعل ماضي. And جاء as a sentence
is خبر.
Is خبر.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Is
So it
the
has
predicate for الولد. Clear?
So it has two like i'rab.
Exactly. Two considerations. تمام? Two considerations. As a vocabulary, as a... So that's why what I said here, the جملة فعلية has to start with a فعل. جملة اسمية could have a فعل, but it doesn't start with a فعل, it starts with an اسم. So that's basically الجملة الفعلية, and every فعل is a جملة. Every فعل in Arabic is in itself a sentence. طب يلا, let's read these sentences quickly and take their meanings and move on. يلا, بسم الله. Number one.
لمح البرق.
Is it البرق or البرقة or البرقي?
It should be برق.
تمام. What does that mean? The lightning shined.
Right.
So لمع فعل. لمع يلمع. So that's the فعل. البرق, what is the إعراب of البرق? فاعل مرفوع. تمام. فاعل مرفوع. البرق فاعل مرفوع. تمام.
يلمع. Was it لمعا؟
لمع البرق. لمع يلمع لمعانا.
لمعانا.
نعم. لمعان and maybe لموعا.
Shone, is it? It's shone, yeah.
Yeah. لمع لمعانا. Okay.
So like, can you say the moon? Like لمع القمر.
Yeah, it works. Okay. But they use it more with the barq, with the lightning.
Okay.
Okay, number two. So لمع البرق, is that a sentence? Is that جملة فعلية? Of course, because it starts with a فعل. Okay. Yalla, we'll just give you these vocabulary so that you learn new words, and then we'll move on. So it's very simple. جملة فعلية, very simple. Every sentence that starts with a فعل is جملة فعلية. Yalla, number two. عوى الذئب. That is شمسية, right? عوى الذئب, not عول. Yalla, again.
عوى الذئب.
What does that mean?
The wolf did something. I don't know what the
Yeah,
wolf did.
the sound. What's the sound of the wolf?
Oh, I don't know. What is it? Howled.
Huh?
Was it howled? I don't know the sound of it.
Yeah. So that's the sound of the wolf. Okay. عوى يعوي عواء. عوى يعوي عواء. Okay. Number 3.
يسقط الثلج.
تمام. The snow is falling. Now, if we want to make a جملة اسمية, what do we say? الثلج ساقط. Right? الثلج ساقط. Becomes اسمية. فعلية, it starts with the فعل. يسقط الثلج. Number 4. يشتد البرد. البرد opposite of الحر. البرد opposite of الحر. So البرد the cold. يشتد intensifies.
The cold intensifies, yeah.
تمام. Now
اشتد يشتد.
تمام. اشتد يشتد اشتدادا.
اشتدادا.
Yeah.
Is that?
اشتدادا. Yeah.
Oh, اشتدادا.
Okay. As you can see, the جملة فعلية could start with فعل ماضي, could start with فعل مضارع, could start with فعل أمر. لمع ماضي, يسقط مضارع. Now اقطف. اقطف الوردة. Pick up. Pick the flower. Not pick up, right? Pick the flower, right? Pick the flower. اقطف. So اقطف is فعل أمر, command. So جملة فعلية could start with فعل ماضي or مضارع or أمر, doesn't matter. So اقطف الوردة. قطف يقطف. قطف يقطف or قطف يقطف. قطف. It's possible to be يقطف or يقطف, but what do they say? قطف الشيء. So اقطف الوردة. We said what? قطف يقطف. قطف يقطف. تمام. يقطف. قطفا. قطف يقطف قطفا. وقطافا. Okay. So اقطف الوردة. خذ الكتاب. Take the book. Take the book. ماشي. Any question on that? So
is it وأخذ يأخذ?
No, أخذ. أخذ. The ماضي أخذ.
What does
أخذ يأخذ خذ. أكل يأكل كل. That's called مهموز. It starts with the hamza. It has some modification. أكل يأكل كل. أخذ يأخذ خذ. أمر يأمر مر. تمام.
What does سقط mean? I missed that.
سقط fell.
Fell, okay.
So here, all of these sentences are meaningful sentences because they give us a full meaning, right? And we see that everyone is made of فعل and فاعل. And since it starts with a فعل, we call it جملة فعلية. So جملة فعلية must have فعل and فاعل, right? And always in Arabic, when you have a فعل, there must be a فاعل with it, right? Okay, here make up جمل فعلية, compose جمل فعلية from these words. That's easy for you. Make جمل فعلية فاعل لفعل ماضي, جمل فعلية لفعل مضارع. That's all easy. You can do as many exercises as you like here, and I can check them for you, but we're not going to waste time on them. But you can learn new vocab and do exercises and share them with me. I'll check them for you إن شاء الله. كون جمل فعلية يجيء فيها كل اسم من الأسماء الآتية مفعولا به. Okay, here let's do some of this exercise. Page 43, exercise 4. كون جملا فعلية. Compose verbal sentences يجيء فيها كل اسم من الأسماء الآتية مفعولا به, where each of these nouns is مفعول به. So now you need to think it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
These will be مفعول به. Okay? These will be مفعول به. يلا. الغنم, the sheep.
Sheep.
You're gonna get a فعل, right? And you're gonna make الغنم as مفعول به, as object. يلا, think of something. Or المريض, the sick. Let me give you the meanings. الغنم is the sheep. المريض, you know, is the patient or the sick. الخشب, the wood. Are you writing on your?
Yeah, one second.
القمح.
What is wheat?
القمح is the wheat.
What's غنم again?
الغنم, the sheep.
Oh, sheep. What's خشب? Wood.
الخشب the wood. القمح the wheat. القطن cotton. الباب you know it, the door. الشاة is the one sheep. One sheep.
Okay.
الشاة.
Ashab is board, right?
Yes. الكتاب the book.
Isn't it شاه? Isn't it stem مربوطة? Or does that not matter?
الشاة. When you stop, you say شاه. Yes.
Okay. So غنم is many sheep. The plural of shat is غنم.
Also شياه.
Oh, so there's two
غنم
plurals.
غنم the singular is غنمة. غنمة.
Oh, so what's the difference between غنم and shat?
The same.
Okay.
I'm not aware of a difference. Okay.
Al-Qatan.
القطن cotton. The cotton.
Cotton, right?
Yeah, cotton. Okay. طب يلا. Take any word and make it in a جملة فعلية. And make this word as مفعول به.
Right. What is a ashat?
The sheep, one sheep.
Oh, one sheep. Okay.
غنم. أكل الذئب الغنم.
Very good. The whole sheep. Okay. Possible. أكل الذئب الغنم. The wolf ate the sheep. تمام. Right. أكل الذئب الغنم. Very good. Okay. يلا uncle, give us one sentence. So this is a good exercise. Send it to the group, yeah. Sohaib, please. Page 43, exercise 4.
It's homework or what?
Yeah. Page 43, exercise 4, so that you can think and make فعل and فاعل and مفعول به.
Exercise.
Okay. الباب, for example. أغلقت الباب. أغلقت الباب. I closed the door. أغلقت الباب.
And then there's also عاد المريض.
عاد المريضة. Okay. Right. Did you write? Did you send it? Page 43.
Yeah. Page 43.
Okay.
Page 43 exercise 4. Yeah.
3 جمل فعلية فعلها ماض. Okay. هات 5 جمل فعلية في موضوع الكرة. Okay. Now that's it. Now الجملة الاسمية. الجملة الاسمية. الجملة الاسمية. اسمية of course nominal. So الفعلية verbal. الاسمية nominal. الجملة الاسمية the nominal sentence. The nominal sentence obviously is the مبتدأ الخبر. The مبتدأ الخبر, this combination, it's called what? جملة اسمية. What does it have to start with?
اسم.
It has to start with a مبتدأ. It must start with an اسم. تمام. الجملة الاسمية must start with an اسم. جملة فعلية must start with a فعل. We took so many examples. الدار واسعة. The house is spacious. الجو معتدل. The weather is cool, etc. So all of these are meaningful sentences made of 2 words. The first is مبتدأ, the second is خبر. Since it's starting with an اسم, then that is جملة اسمية. كون جملة اسمية بوضع أخبار للمبتدآت الآتية. So what's the plural of خبر? أخبار. أخبار. And what's the plural of مبتدأ? مبتدآت. You can write these 2 words. So أخبار is a plural of خبر. And now we say news. Did you hear the news? They say هل سمعت الأخبار? هل سمعت الأخبار? So أخبار is a plural of خبر. News. مبتدأ, singular of مبتدآت. مبتدآت. So that's very easy, very simple. مبتدأ خبر. We're not going to do that. كون جملا اسمية بوضع مبتدآت للأخبار. Okay, make a مبتدأ and make a خبر, etc. تتألف كل منها من مبتدأ وخبر. Okay. ست جمل اسمية بحيث يكون مبتدأ في كل جملة مرة من الإنسان ومرة من الحيوان ومرة من okay that's easy. ميز الجمل الفعلية من الجمل الاسمية وعين المبتدأ والخبر والفعل فيما يأتي. Okay, this exercise let's do it. Page 46 exercise 4. بسم الله. يلا read the question.
الماء رائق.
No, read the question first.
أو ميز الجمل الفعلية من
الجمل الاسمية
المبدأ جمل الاسمية.
So let's take this section. ميز. We learned this verb before. Do you remember?
Yeah, like make clear or clarify.
أيوة. Distinguish. ميز. Distinguish. Separate. Distinguish. الجمل الفعلية من الجمل الاسمية. Distinguish, separate, identify the verbal sentences and the nominal sentences. تمام? Now, what else? وعين. Identify, specify what? المبتدأ والخبر والفعل فيما يأتي, in what follows. Okay. So you're gonna tell us, is this a جملة اسمية or فعلية? And you're gonna, let's basically make إعراب. تمام? Basically make إعراب. يلا, number 1.
الماء رائق.
الماء رائق.
ماشي. الماء رائق. Is that اسمية or فعلية?
It's اسمية.
Why?
Because water, الماء is اسم.
تمام. What's the إعراب of الماء?
This is a مبتدا.
Once we say مبتدا, we say what? مبتدا مرفوع, because مبتدا always مرفوع. So مبتدا مرفوع. Okay. وعلامة رفعه
ضمة.
الضمة. Why is it ضمة? Because it's singular. Masculine singular. From the Muslim chart, we know مسلمون, مسلمان, مسلمين, مسلمون. So that's masculine singular. It has to have ضمة. رائق. رائق is like a clear or pure. What's the إعراب of رائق? Uncle, what's the إعراب of رائق?
Is خبر.
خبر what?
خبر مرفوع.
Okay. وعلامة رفعه?
وعلامة رفعه ضمة.
الضمة. Why? Because it's masculine singular. رائق. Okay. يلا number 2. يلا صهيب number 2.
يسقط الجدار.
أيوة. يسقط الجدار. What does that mean?
Can you hear me? Sorry, just
Yeah.
Is my connection bad?
الجدار is the wall. So the wall is falling.
Can you hear me?
This جملة فعلية or اسمية? Yes.
Something fell. جدار wall. Is جدار wall?
The wall, yeah. Is it جملة فعلية or اسمية؟ ها؟
فعلية.
فعلية. تمام. جملة فعلية. جملة فعلية. Why?
It starts with a verb.
It starts with a فعل. تمام. What's the إعراب of this فعل? يسقط.
فعل مضارع مبني على
مضارع.
because it's got يفعل.
أيوة. From the wazn, from the pattern. يسقط يفعل. تمام. فعل مضارع. Okay. We're gonna learn the rest of the إعراب of the أفعال later. For example, this is we say فعل مضارع مرفوع وعلامة رفعه الضمة etc. Okay. الجدار.
فاعل مرفوع. وعلامة رفعه الضمة.
الضمة. Okay. الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. Why?
Why is it فاعل?
Why is it ضمة?
Oh, because it's فاعل. It's doer.
Okay. And why the sign of its رفع is ضمة, not like una or
oh, it's singular. Oh, singular. It's singular.
It's masculine singular. تمام. Okay, great. So you got the question right. So let's add this to the homework. Page 46. Please send it to the group. Page 46, exercise 4.
Okay.
So basically, what? Just make إعراب. Make إعراب. Okay. Just make إعراب. Okay. Okay. حول الجمل الاسمية إلى جمل فعلية. This is a nice exercise. Change. حول means change. يلا, did you write it? All these new words and new verbs are important, huh?
حول.
حول يحول تحويلا.
He changed or to change.
Change the, or convert, if you like, convert the nominal sentences into verbal sentences. يلا. الولد نائم. الولد نائم.
Page 46 exercise 4, page 43 exercise 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, الولد نائم. يلا, who's gonna make it into, this is a verbal sentence, right?
No, الولد نائم.
What is it?
اسمية.
اسمية. Okay, how do we make it فعلية? يلا.
نام ينوم. نام الولد.
نام ينام.
أو ينام. نام الولد.
نام الولد. نام الولد. The child slept. What else can we say? We can make it also مضارع, right? We can say what? ينام الولد. That's fine also, right?
Yeah.
Clear? يلا, number 2, uncle. الكتاب نافع. The book is beneficial.
Right.
الكتاب نافع. The book is beneficial. يلا, make it جملة فعلية.
Nafa. So Nafa is the verb, right?
نافع. الكتاب نافع. نافع is beneficial, is a خبر, is an اسم.
Right, yeah.
So what do we have to do?
So
we're going to make that sentence a فعلية.
Right.
So we're going to make that خبر, we're going to make it a فعل and put it in the beginning of the sentence.
So ينفع الكتاب.
Right, very good. ينفع الكتاب. ينفع الكتاب or نفع الكتاب. Fine.
What does that mean? نفع? Beneficial.
Huh?
نفع, is he benefited or it benefited?
نفع الكتاب. Yeah, the book benefited means benefited us, for example. Okay, this is a nice exercise. Let's finish it. البحر هائج. البحر هائج means it's not still, is
هائج.
Huh? هائج is like
it's moving.
Shaking and huh?
Oh, it's shaking, like.
It's not like still, no.
Is it moving or?
Yeah, moving, shaking is not still.
It's not, it's like shaking on this, like rocking.
Yeah, the sea, we're talking about the sea.
Oh, البحر is, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, هائج is not still, is هائج, means there are a lot of waves and, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, okay.
high waves. So how do we make it a فعلية?
Is it هائجة or هائجة?
هاج البحر. هاج البحر. تمام. هاج.
Oh, it's هاجة. Okay.
هاج. هاج يهيج. هيجانا.
Is that only to describe the sea?
Yeah.
Only for the sea.
When it is not still. يلا, number 4, uncle. الشمس مشرقة. The sun is bright.
Right.
الشمس مشرقة. Bright or rising or yeah.
Okay.
How do you make it فعلية? Can you guess the فعل from مشرقة?
Is it أشرقة?
أشرقت الشمس. أشرقت الشمس. أشرق يشرق. إشراقا. Don't you say صلاة الإشراق?
Oh, yeah.
Right? إشراق.
أشرقة is like it rises or it shines.
أشرق, rised. We only use it about the sun. أشرق.
Okay.
Or about they use it for sometimes for in poetry, like for the beloved when he comes.
Oh, yeah.
She comes.
إشراق. Okay.
So أشرقت الشمس. أشرقت الشمس. Number 5, الحجرة مظلمة. The chamber is dark.
Okay, and then مظلمة أظلم الحجرة.
Okay, but do we say الحجرة? Do we say أظلم? Isn't it?
أظلمت الحجرة.
أيوة أظلمت الحجرة. أظلمت الحجرة.
أظلم it's أظلم is it's dark.
It got dark. Yeah.
It was dark. Yeah, أظلم.
It got dark.
Oh, it got dark.
Yeah.
أفعل.
Okay, finally number 6 المطر كثير. Yeah, this is tricky a little bit. المطر كثير. The
rain is many.
Abundant.
أكثر المطر.
Here we're gonna say not أكثر, because if you say أكثر means the rain made something big or made something abundant. No, we want it itself to be abundant. So we say what? كثر. أيوة كثر المطر. It was abundant. كثر المطر.
كثر يكثر.
كثر يكثر. فعل يفعل.
What does it mean? Like it was abundant?
Yeah. كثر المطر. Okay. Now the opposite. Exercise number 6 is the opposite. These are فعلية. جملة فعلية يجب أن تحولها إلى جمل اسمية. تمام. That's easy. ضاع المفتاح. المفتاح ضائع. أسرع القطار. القطار مسرع, etc. We did something similar. You can do it always. You can do all these exercises. You can do them, but we're not going to waste time on them because they're easy. But you can do them and send me. تمرين في الإنشاء. أجب على الأسئلة بجمل تامة وبين نوع كل جملة. ما شكل البرتقالة؟ Okay. Okay, this is nice exercise. It makes you think a little bit more. Let's take it. Number 47, page 47, exercise 7. This is the last one. I know.
Page 47,
but this is the last one. Page 47, exercise 7. تمرين في الإنشاء. إنشاء composition. إنشاء means what?
Composition. Is that from أنشأ?
أنشأ ينشئ إنشاء. Right. Okay. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية بجمل تامة وبين نوع كل جملة تجيب عنها. تجيب بها. So these are 6 questions. You're going to answer them with full sentences, like making a small paragraph. Okay. تمام. Making like a small paragraph by answering these questions. Number 1, ما شكل البرتقالة? What's the shape of an orange?
Yeah.
ما شكل البرتقالة? If you like to translate, ما لونها? So you're gonna make full sentences, and you're gonna identify this is اسمية or فعلية. ماشي. ما لونها? What's the color? What's its color? Number 3, أناعمة هي أم خشنة? Is it soft or coarse? Coarse, you say?
Which one?
Soft or coarse?
For what word?
Soft or tough?
Yeah, soft or hard. Soft or hard, yeah.
Huh?
Soft or hard.
Hard, okay. Not hard. Here they mean خشنة, like coarse.
Coarse is in like, I forgot what coarse means. I can't remember what coarse means.
You don't have that word?
I can't remember what. No, it is. I can't remember what it means though.
Yeah, it's opposite of soft.
Yeah, coarse. Yeah. It's like raspy. Yeah, coarse. Yeah.
Coarse, rough or loose in texture. Coarse. Okay, so is it soft or coarse? Coarse. هل أكلت برتقالة? Did you eat an orange? كيف وجدت طعمها? How did you find its taste? And بكم تشتري البرتقالة? Or how much do you buy the orange? So the answers should be full sentences, ماشي? And it will make like a small paragraph. That's it. نصب الفعل المضارع. Okay, before we move to this, I want to give you جار ومجرور so that then you have رفع نصب جار. So, alhamdulillah, we're done with that until page 47 in النحو الواضح. So we learned the basic أفعال. Now you know this is فعل ماضي مضارع أمر future. And you know جملة اسمية, you know جملة فعلية, you know 3 types of مبتدأ. You know the pronouns, the رفع pronouns, and the connected رفع pronouns, right? We learned the connected رفع pronouns. And you learned مفعول به and حال. And you learned the مرفوعات مبتدأ خبر and فاعل مرفوع. Now, so we learned رفع, we learned نصب. Now, before we move to the details about the فعل مضارع and فعل ماضي and how is it phrased and the حركة, we have, and please send me to the group so I don't forget. We're gonna start with المجرور.
Next week.
We're gonna start مضاف إليه مجرور and جار ومجرور. These two
Next
topics,
week.
they have to be next.
This.
Yeah, جار ومجرور and مضاف إليه مجرور. After we finish all the exercises that we gave you as homework, the next will be جار ومجرور and مضاف إليه مجرور. And then by that we learned رفع نصب جار. We learned the basic مرفوعات, the basic منصوبات, the basic مجرورات. Then the plan is to learn what the rest of the pronouns. We learned the رفع pronouns that are separate, and we learned the رفع pronouns that are connected, and we learned the نصب pronouns that are separate, إياك إياه, right? But we didn't learn the نصب pronouns that are connected, did we? We didn't.
Was it like who, her?
Yeah, أعطيته, أعطيتها, أعطيتك, right? So we're gonna learn the نصب pronouns that are connected, and then we have jar pronouns. Okay, so let's say جار ومجرور, مضاف إليه مجرور, then the rest of the pronouns. We're gonna learn all of the rest of the pronouns, inshallah. When we learn that, then you know all the pronouns, the رفع, the نصب, the jar, and the nouns, the basic nouns, نصب, رفع, jar, and the basic verbs. This is the general skeleton, if you like, of the grammar. You know فعل, you know فاعل, you know مفعول به, and you know the رفع and نصب and jar. Then we can expand now on and build on this skeleton. I'll see, inshallah, I'll look again at the topics and see if there's any other main topic to cover before we move to more details. And let me know, give me your feedback, and let me know if you have any question or any suggestion.
Well, I have a question about this. You know, in Surah Fatih, where it says "La tadkhulunna al-masjid al-haram." What does the noon mean? لَكْلُنَّ, la tadkhulunna.
This is called نون التوكيد الثقيلة, the heavy noon of emphasis.
Oh, it's emphasis. Okay, so you will surely enter.
Yeah.
100% enter.
Yeah, this is the heavy noon of emphasis. It enters the فعل مضارع, and it also enters on الفعل الأمر, ادخلن. Okay. Also, it enters in the ماضي. For example, اشتريتن, or ما فعلتن, فعلتن. No.
قلنا بكون feminine then. فعلتن.
قلتن. No, that's the heavy noon of feminine. Okay, we learned it. Do you remember?
Yeah.
أكلتن, جلستن. That's the heavy noon of femininity, not the one of emphasis. Okay. أكلنا and أكلتن. أكلتن, you women, you ate. Is here, it's the heavy noon of femininity, not the heavy noon of emphasis. So that one is used for amr and mudari. We're going to learn those in details when we talk about فعل مضارع and how to emphasize it, inshallah. Mashi, any question? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. صلي اللهم على سيدنا محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا.